I think that a man is designed to bring strength into the world. That's what we're designed to bring into this world. Strength in body, in mind, in spirit. We bring strength. That's a core piece of masculinity in my mind, is that we bring strength. And with that strength comes structure and protection and provision and presiding over our family. And you know, there's a lot that comes with that. But the core in my mind is always strength. And I think of it as strength in body, mind, and spirit, because I think they're all interrelated. You know, when your body's strong, you know this, when your body's strong, you think clearly.
Yeah.
Like it's just, and when you work your body, it's always a mental game. Like I wake up at 4:15 in the morning, man. Yep. And 50% of the time I don't want to do what I'm about to do. Yep. Like I don't want to get up.
Yeah, we shared those posts back and forth where it's like, I didn't want to go to the gym today, so I did. I didn't want to wake up early. I wake up often at 4:30 as well. I don't want to do that. Some days I just want to sleep.
Yes. And people are like, oh yeah, I'm just not like that. And I'm like, you know, dude, neither was I.
Yeah.
And most of the time, if I succumb to my feelings, I wouldn't be that guy either, you know, but I also experienced the bad side of not being that kind of man. Right. So when I wasn't that kind of man, you know, there was pain. You know, there's pain when you have people around you that you know you're supposed to be leading in a certain way and you realize you're not. There's pain that comes with it. There's pain that
comes of discipline or pain of regret.
Yes, there's pain that comes with, you know, battling things like porn and losing that battle and the shame that comes with it and all that kind of stuff, right? And the inverse is so much better, man. This life that I live today, winning those battles and all those kinds of things. So when I get up at 4:15 in the morning and I'm like, oh man, I really don't feel like getting up to do it. All I do, this is what I do every time. I'm thinking, do you want to go back? Do you want to go back where you were?
You know what's cool? That gives you a freedom, right? It's not like I can't do that, because I think for me, I went through a phase where I would tyrannize myself. I can't do this. And that's no, like, do you want that? Being honest, because all you have to do is say, do you want to live like that?
Exactly.
You can do whatever you want, free will. But your higher self, no, we already experienced that. And that becomes that negative that turns into a positive. I'm glad I went through that so I could see that. And now I'll never do that. I won't live like that. Detest mediocrity.
Plus I hang out with guys like Zach Small and Anthony and those guys in FOE, right? And they're like, dude, you ain't going back. You know, you're not going back. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I'm not. But it's, you know, I don't have to go to that. I just run with a crowd of guys that are all on that path, man, you know, and you know, it's a cool place to be, but that's a lot of times, man, that's what I fall back to. I fall back to, you know, that discipline comes from, hey, I know what it's like to be on the other side. So to your point, am I going to have the pain of discipline, or am I going to have that pain of complacency and comfort?
Yeah, and I think that is really the core of real brotherhood too, because to go through that is, I think, to be whole, like to be a truly good man, and I use that word specifically good because it's not a nice guy. A good man is someone who is whole. Someone who is whole has the ability to say, to look another man who is sharing his pain, saying, it's not your fault, brother, but what are you going to do about it? And both of those are necessary, because if it's what are you going to do about it, there's no empathy there. But if it's just empathy, well, that doesn't make a man grow out of his own problems, because a real man to me is the ability to have both of those worlds. You know, I think of like Good Will Hunting, right? Like Robin Williams in that movie was the ability to say, like, he spoke to him straight. Like there's a scene where he's like, he goes, you say all this shit, but you're a weak, insecure little boy inside. You know, you could speak that you did all, but you never smelled the Sistine Chapel. You've never woken up next to a woman who you absolutely love, like that. And then the ability to, you know, the scene of where he says it's not your fault, right? Because we're born into this world of sin. We're born into our parents or our cultures of wrong ideologies, but they were doing the best that they could too. They did the best with what they got.